Hi, my name is Kwame Abua, and you are listening to Ashan TV. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel so each time I bring up a content, you will not miss it. Don't forget also to click on the notification bell, which is very important, so each time I bring it, you'll be the first to get it. What I want to talk about today is Chinese taking over Africa whilst we sleep. Chinese taking over Africa whilst Africans are sleeping, whilst these people are just skyping in and taking over. Does it sound familiar? That Africa was taken over by the West at one point, and now the Chinese are rolling in, whilst we're sleeping again. So just an awareness for us to sort of to know what is really going on, around us. Today, that's the topic I want to talk about. But before then, I want to talk about cocoa in Ghana. Before that, let me just read this article. Sorry. Okay. The beginning of the end of our cocoa industry. So a few months ago, a friend who studies in China told me about the cocoa development plan and the vast cocoa farms they are putting up using the greenhouse technology. They have projected that by 2030, they would sufficiently meet their cocoa consumption demands. This means they wouldn't import cocoa from Ghana anymore or from Africa anymore. But bear in mind, Ghana is the second largest cocoa production in the world. So this is what's happening. But I'll read again. Come to think of it, with the assistance of our own people, they have invaded our cocoa growing zones and destroy our farms and contaminating our land and water bodies in the name of mining. Right. Are you also aware that EU also threatened to ban Ghana from producing cocoa to the world now because of illegal mining in Ghana? I'll read this article also. So that's the topic. EU threatens to ban Ghana from over illegal mining. EU threatens to ban Ghana cocoa from over illegal mining. That's what's actually happening now, because now the world has actually got to know, or EU has actually got to know, that there's illegal mining going on in Ghana. And because of that, they will not support Ghana to produce cocoa over the world now. Once we allowed Chinese to destroy our lands by illegal mining, destroying all the fertile lands by illegal mining, we are also going to be banned from selling our cocoa. Let me read a bit more of this article here. So this is by the deputy chief, the deputy executive in charge of the quality control, Dr. Emmanuel Ajamai, said if EU carries out the threats Ghana cocoa sector, we will suffer since it export 80% its produce to the countries. So basically, it will affect Ghana economy very bad if it does happen that EU banned Ghana from producing cocoa to the world. Basically, it's going to affect our economy very bad. So the quick action is we now stop the Chinese from digging illegally. We have to, because if not only are they destroying the land, but they are also leaving us the hole where we can get that money to support our economy. So it's dangerous. But now there's a video also here that I'm going to show this video to you, but I'm going to make my comment once the video is showing. That Chinese have a plan of taking over Africa, if you're not aware. That they have a plan of taking over Africa. It's happened before where Africa was taken over, during colonization time. But now it's happening again right before our own eyes. We thought that was history, but now it's like history repeating itself because we're sleeping. But before I go into the video, I just want to let you guys know that I don't blame China. I don't blame anybody that wants to survive. You know, just move into the jungle, go into the jungle and see the strongest survive. It's like the survival of the fittest. You know, but the only way we can defeat is when we come together, where we come together on the common grounds to address common issues, and then see how best we can do it. Because if not, they are hungry. They need all the stuff that we have, so they'll do whatever they can to take it. That's human nature. But it's up to us to stand up to that and say enough is enough. But we cannot do that single-handedly. It has to be collective to come together to say, look, enough is enough. They are destroying our lands. See, Ghana is a place where, you know, even in front of your house, you can decide to put a corn in there and tomorrow the corn will come out because the land is that fertile. But the minute they start taking all the nutrients out of the land, they're leaving as a whole. And there'll be a time we're not going to have a fertile land anymore. As now we see that whatever we have in Ghana, Gari, Chinese are producing Gari from China. Chinese are now, you know, it has been estimated by the 2030, they will not even take any cocoa from Ghana anymore because they are producing that themselves. You know, they're making plans with a green technology to produce that themselves, so they won't need you. So they'll just cast you out. So right now is the time for us to stand up to them, and then, you know, take what is right for us. So this is the video that I'm going to show now. It states clearly China is taking over Africa whilst we are sleeping. So we must wake up. You know, it's not like we're not capable. You know, they have a saying that when the cats are asleep, they must play. And that's exactly what's happening. We are asleep. So they're doing whatever they can at this particular moment. They're just looting. There'll be a time they won't need us anymore. And, you know, so this is the time we need to put our foot down on the certain things for our own country. So this is the video.
Team to Angola to provide vaccination to Chinese nationals. Angola currently has the 7th estimation of highest population of Chinese in Africa. Number 6. Ethiopia. The number of Chinese people living in Ethiopia has risen over the years. There are about 60,000 Chinese living in the country. A Chinese diplomat in Ethiopia interviewed in December 2014 stated there were 20,000 Chinese, while in contrast the Chinese ambassador in Addis Ababa stated there were 60,000 Chinese in January 2016 during a public interview. The Chinese community in the country works mostly in railway, telecom, and businesses. According to the Chinese ambassador, the Chinese community in the country has created about 1 million local jobs. Also in 2007, the first 300 volunteers selected from among 10,000 applicants to a new Chinese government program arrived in Ethiopia, Seychelles, and Zimbabwe. They would perform a variety of work including teaching Chinese, introducing hospital staff to traditional Chinese medicine, and aiding in poultry farming. Like in many African countries, the Chinese are seen as keeping to themselves. In 2007, another New York Times report by Howard French on Chinese in Ethiopia noted that clannish social interaction of Chinese by citing a communal compound of 200 Chinese workers for road and bridge construction, a Chinese construction company who ate Chinese food, got health care from a Chinese doctor, and did not interact with outsiders.
They are taking over. Africa.
Number 5. Sudan. The relationship between Sudan and China is referred to as a bilateral relation. China is the largest trade partners in Sudan, with oil import and exporting low-cost manufactured items. They enjoy relationship in diplomacy, political strategy, and economic trades. This diplomatic relations began in 1959 after Sudan recognized China's sovereignty. Both countries are global allies and have supported themselves during crises and international controversies. Sudan houses about 74,000 Chinese. The country is holding the 5th highest Chinese population in Africa. Number 4. Zambia. The population of Chinese people living in the country has grown rapidly over the years. It began in 1970 with the largest aid project in Zambia, which is the construction of the Tazara Railway in Zambia. The construction saw thousands of Chinese workers migrating through the country. As of September 2014, it was reported that there were about 19,845 Chinese living in Zambia. However, the number has increased rapidly over the years. As at 2019, it was reported that there were about 80,000 Chinese living in the country. This means that they have the 4th highest Chinese population in Africa. Number 3. Madagascar. In 1862, the first Chinese migrant arrived to Madagascar, which is now known as Tomasina. The man settled in the country and got married to a local woman. 4 years after his arrival, 6 other Chinese came to Nosy Be, and then in 1872, 3 more arrived. Then in 1894, 14 other arrived Mahajanga, and then in 1896, 500 Chinese arrived to Madav. A year later, laborers were transported from China to Madagascar to work on a railway construction. The total number of Chinese living in the country back in 2011 was about 100,000. They mostly live in Tomasina and Antananarivo. The population of Chinese in Madagascar forms the 3rd highest Chinese population in Africa. Number 2. South Africa. According to sources, there are about 400,000 Chinese currently working and living in South Africa. There have been different waves of migration of the Chinese people to South Africa over the years. They have established various multilingual and multi-generational communities of Chinese in the country. Over the years, they have settled in various parts of the country. The new migrants from China are settling in rural towns in South Africa. South Africa currently has the 2nd highest Chinese population in the whole of Africa. Number 1. Ghana. The largest population of Chinese on the continent of Africa is in Ghana. Chinese people began migrating to Ghana since 1940s, and most of them came from Hong Kong. However, they began to migrate from mainland China in the 1980s. Although there is no exact value of the number of Chinese currently living in Ghana, they are estimated to be about 700,000. This means that about 2.4% of those living in Ghana are Chinese. Ghana is currently hosting the highest population of Chinese in Africa as a whole. Those are the top 10 African countries with the highest Chinese population. Thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, do well to give it a like, and also share to your friends and family.
Okay, observe well. Now you've seen it. So they're basically taking over Africa now. They're moving from their country to our country now. Not only that, look, you might look at it in a way where you think, okay, these people are there to create jobs and things like that, That is how, the perception looks like. But truly, they are taking over the country. Basically, what it is like what we can't do is what they're actually coming in there to do in terms of creating employment for our people. By creating employment for our people, meaning enslaving our people at the same time. And by the time we realize, they'll overshadow us. And once they overshadow you, see what the thing is, because at this particular moment we are the majority, but there'll be a time they will become the majority, and they will look at you as they've always been looking at us. Share your comments. Let me know what you think about this video. Until next time, my name is Kwame Lebwa.